Hey, what's up you guys? How's it going? It's Papa, and today we're going to be taking a look at my Salamangreat deck that I have been playing for the upcoming February format. And without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into the profile, but before we do that, I want to ask you guys to check out the channel and subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh videos, more updates, more deck profiles, and yeah, Salamangreat is just a really cool deck in general. I mean, I really like the consistency of it. It did kind of lose a little bit with Pot of Desires going to 1 for some reason, but I like what the deck can do. It has a really nice extra deck too, and the deck just does a whole lot, and it plays a bunch of hand traps. I know a lot of people don't like that, but it's better than losing to Scythe. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the profile, shall we? Okay, so let's just go ahead and jump right into things. Starting off with the main deck, we do play 3 copies of Flame Buffalo. This shouldn't come as a surprise. This card is really busted in this deck, being able to draw into hand traps, being able to draw into Cosmic Cyclone. Really just makes your turn 1 really good. Opening up this with like a Foxy, with this with like a Jaguar, super tight. But this is a really cool card for the deck, and don't get me wrong, Lady Debug is a +1, or not a +1, but it's a 1-for-1. But I feel like the Flame Buffalo just being able to generate you more advantage is just more ideal, especially because this does bait out the the Brave Griffin Beast. So being able to just bait out negates like that is really good too. Flame Buffalo is just really busted in this deck. 3 copies of Foxy shouldn't come as a surprise. If you don't see Buffalo, you want to be seeing Foxy. This card just generates you so much advantage, being able to just reveal the top 3, and then it's basically Area 0, just minus the whole like summoning from deck thing. But Area 0 for a Salamangreat card is really busted, and that's why you want to max out on 3. The second effect is actually pretty good too, but what can I say? 3 copies of Spinny shouldn't come as a surprise. Since Mirage Celio is back, you want to be maxing out on this. If it wasn't, you'd probably still just be playing it at 2. 2 copies of Jaguar. I still think 2 is ideal. I get that Desires being limited does kind of hinder playing 2 of this, but I like 2. It does come in handy when you do draw it. Your turn 1, like if you draw like an extra copy, you can just discard it off of the Buffalo or your Signet Mining. It just generates you a lot of advantage, and then you can just go ahead and make a rank 4 play. Really just depends. For one-ofs, Gazelle, sadly this didn't come to more than 1. It's only at 1 still. 1 Foul and then 1 Falco. Shouldn't come as a surprise. I mean, I wasn't playing Foul in my original builds. I was just playing the Falco and the Gazelle. But I feel Foul is really key this format, just being able to send a card and then target a spell and trap, and it can't be activated this turn. It is not once per turn, and it's really busted, especially since like Eldritch going around, and then other trap decks it's really good against. But if you're not going up against a trap deck, you can just go ahead and slide this out. That's it for the salad cards. The last extender I play is 2 Parallax Seed. I'm not playing the 3rd. I just didn't find it necessary. You basically don't want to like see this into your grind game because it does nothing by itself. So I only play 2 for that reasoning. Don't get me wrong, you could play 3 if you want to. I'm just playing the 2. I felt that's all you really needed. I'm not playing Sea Archiver. I was playing it in the past. I just don't feel like it's that good right now, and it alone doesn't really do a whole lot for you, so I just decided to cut it in general. But we are playing some hand traps. We're playing quite a bit. We play 2 Ghost Ogre. Ghost Ogre is actually really busted this format for the Brave archetype, being able to hit their continuous spell, just stopping them from what they're doing, hitting Bardiche, hitting Eldland. It just does a whole lot. It's really good, this format. Don't get me wrong, the Eldland hit is not the best, but Ogre is really good this format, and I definitely feel it is good to play it in some way, shape, or form. 3 Ash shouldn't come as a surprise. You can recycle it back with Sunlight Wolf, so arguably you could just play 2 if you want, but I wanted to have 3 in case of Fusion Destiny. And speaking of Fusion Destiny, I'm not playing it in this build. I don't have those cards. I don't think the deck really needs it. If you want, you can play Fusion of Destiny, but I just found myself not really needing it in this kind of build. I just thought going with the better hand traps was just a more ideal. So 3 Ash, self-explanatory. 3 Nibiru, this is mainly for Phantom Knights. I'm pretty sure that this is going to be the hardest deck that's going to be the hardest deck to play against is Phantom Knight. just because of how like much it can extend, being able to bait the Griffin. It's just a really great card, being able to break boards. Still good against Sword Soul as well, as long as they don't make the Baron, but they always make the Baron. And then the last hand trap I'm playing is 3 Imperm. Again, shouldn't have to say anything. This card's busted. Doesn't lose the talents if people are still playing talents. It doesn't lose the Call by the Grave either, so that's a plus. But definitely feel like you have to play it. For spells, 1 Desires. I know that it's at 1 now, and it sucks. I really hate that this card is at 1, mainly because I want to be playing my playset of Euro English. But 1 Desires is all that we have, so RIP, bud. And then 3 Signet Mining. Shouldn't come as a surprise. Since Pot of Desires is at 1, you definitely have to be playing 3 of this card now. I get that it is a -1 in a sense, but you have to be able to get what you need. So 3 Signet Mining will do that. And at the same side, like if you draw 2 of these, then you can just send the other. It really just depends on your hand and your situation. But being able to max out on Signet Mining is still good. But the card that we all wanted to see was Salamangreat Circle. This coming back to 2 actually does help out this deck a lot in terms of synergy. And then the protection is actually pretty good too. It does come up sometimes, but I don't really use it. Again, it's just like a, hey, if you need it, you need it. But you're mainly using this to search in your draw phase, playing around Droll, being able to recycle it back. It's really busted, but I'm glad it's back at 2. Definitely what the deck needed. 2 Cosmic Cyclone. You could play 3 if you want and probably cut like a Ghost Ogre if you like. But I'm only playing 2 mainly because like this is only for Eldritch. I'm not really scared about anything else. Being able to hit the Brave continuous spells is actually really good too. But only 2. Maybe I'll change it to 3. I actually just don't know. And then we played 2 Will. I don't like 3 of this card, and you definitely don't need 3 now that Desires is at 1. 1 Sanctuary, you never need more than 1 of this. 1 Roar and 1 Rage. Again, same reasoning for just everything else. Now that Desires is at 1, you shouldn't have to really rely on playing multiples of these. You can just send it Desires after if you have it. But it's all just the luck of the draw. But that's it for the main deck. 40 card main. For the extra deck, we are playing 3 copies of Balinks, self-explanatory, 3 of Sunlight Wolf, also self-explanatory. These are actually just the best cards in the deck. Arguably enough, this card is like okay. I don't really know if I like 2 of it just yet. I just don't know what I would replace it with. The effect being able to just unicorn. Being able to shuffle a spell and trap is good. So being able to hit like a set Eldritch trap is really good. Being able to hit like a Fog Blade, bait that out. But I don't know. I just feel like this loses to Valor, Imperm. Like it doesn't really get you as far as I would like it to. So I don't know. In the meantime, I'll be trying to figure out what I could play to replace it. But in the meantime, it's just going to be 2 Helio. 1 Splash Mage, 1 Update Jammer, and 1 Transcode Talker. Ideally, you could cut the Heatleo for a second transcode because sometimes it does come up where your opponent will stop the transcode, and then if you come back to your turn, you can just bring it back. It really just depends, but this card's really good, and I definitely think that it should be in the deck at multiples. I just don't know what to cut yet for it. And then the last link we play is the Access Code. Shouldn't come as a surprise. This is literally the best card in the extra deck. Mirage Stalio, being able to use this, get your Sunlight Wolf going, really good. And then for the ranks, I also played a Dweller and a Baguska. So I got this from Kali Effect. I really like the idea of playing both of these. Dweller mainly for Fandom Night, and it's really good against Eldritch too. I feel like those are just going to be the best decks of the format. Dweller being able to stop the traps from activating on end phase. Baguska just being able to stall you long enough till where you can kill your opponent. But yeah, I feel like these are really ideal. I do like them in the deck a lot. I've made Baguska more than anything, probably. The Dweller has come up, but it was basically over by the time I was able to summon it. But Definitely like Bagusco a lot. And yeah, that's going to go ahead and do it for the deck profile, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. Any thoughts, things I could change, things I can add, just let me know. I do want to fit room for a third Cyclone. I think that's really good for the format. I've also been thinking about playing like a second Rage just because it's really busted against like skill drain decks and the Brave archetype as well. But until then, this has been Papa, and I will catch you all in my next video. Take care, everyone.